guys, welcome back to another episode of I Am I. My name is Joshua Ansley, and I'm here at the Mercy Me concert at Radio City Music Hall, which is going to be awesome. Some Christian shite. I love that Christian shite. So it's actually funny because one of my old bands just played here recently, and I had a bit of like a resentment about the whole process, so I've had to get over that, and I feel great here for this wonderful, beautiful experience tonight. So I'm coming to this praise concert, right? And so praise is all about devotion, right? I want to talk about the power of devotion because we don't talk about it enough, and it's one of the most powerful things that we have. See, it's not so important necessarily what you're devoted to. It's the important thing is that you have the ability to cultivate devotion in your lives. Whatever you are devoted to is going to give something back, right? So if you are devoted to your career, you're going to get something back from it. If you are devoted to your partner, you're going to get something back from that, right? And if you're devoted to something even higher, if you go higher and higher and higher into subtler places and allow yourself to devote to something that is beyond all of it, right? If you allow yourself to devote yourself to the thing that supports all of it, then all of it comes your way. So it's pretty amazing. So, and it's not necessarily, again, I feel like, you know, there's the bhakti, the idea of devotion, right? And there's the difference between that and the intelligence of jnani, right? And I think it's very powerful to study and understand the nature of reality or God or whatever you want to call it, right? This ultimate reality. But really, as long as you are devoting yourself to something higher, devotion is also for something. See, the intelligent people think that the people that are just devoted are because they're not intelligent enough to know what they're actually doing, so they just need to devote and surrender to something higher. And that, unfortunately, is stupid, because it's all of it together. Because what the idea is that your mind, this thing that you think you are, this ahankara, this ego, this part of the smaller aspect of who you are, needs to be devoted to something higher. And it is the very frequency of devotion that is so freeing and ecstatic for people. It's like these people go into the, ecstatic convulsions, and it's going to happen here tonight. It's a freaking Christian praise concert, which is the same thing as kirtan. If you are a yogi, it's the same exact thing. It's praising something higher. It's praising the name of God, whatever that is, that thing that we can't, that is completely intangible. And we can put a mask or a name on it. You can call it Jesus, you can call it Krishna, whatever you want, to have some sort of thing, because it's easier for the mind to devote to something. It's very hard to devote to some ethereal, beyond nature understanding. But nevertheless, that mind needs to be devoted, and when that mind surrenders to that something higher, then that higher thing surrenders to you and opens up to you. So it's a really powerful thing to be devoted. Again, it's changing your frequencies. As I always say, it's not the world, but how we relate to it, right? That causes the suffering. So freedom from suffering is also involved in how we relate to it. So when you start to devote to something higher, and I'll say even, in relationships, it's such a powerful thing from a tantric perspective to be able to devote yourself to your partner. Devote yourself not just to your partner so that you get whipped around by their whims and their needs and their wants. You have to have your own boundaries and healthy understanding for yourself too. But when you can devote not to your partner, but to the God or the goddess in your partner, when you can devote to the higher aspect of your partner, when you can devote your mind-body complex to the higher aspects of your partner, because it takes a tremendous amount of strength. What people don't recognize is it takes a tremendous amount of strength to surrender. It is not a weakness. It is not a vulnerability. It takes a tremendous amount of strength to do that, right? So it's everything is backwards. So when we're talking about devotion, I feel like there's the idea of feeling like too cool for school. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I don't want to do that. I wouldn't even want to do that. And I'm like, I'm going to praise my freaking ass off tonight. I'm going to sing it to Jesus Christ because I don't give a fuck who it is up there. Somebody is it's about me and how I'm vibrating here. And if I can cultivate the essence of devotion, if I can cultivate that, then that's where I find freedom, by raising my elevation. It has nothing to do with being subjugated to something. It has to do with surrendering my mind and my body to something higher, right? As it is in the Ramayana, Lord Rama asks Hanuman, how do you perceive me? How do you relate to me? He says, when I consider my body, I am your servant. When I consider my mind, I am a part of you. When I consider myself, I am you. So it's about surrendering and devoting this mind-body complex to something higher. In Lakesha Lakin, I am you, you are me, I am devoted to you. Namaste.